Hello YouTube, this is Krazy Kool coming at you today. Thought I'd just check in, went for a little blog. Thought I'd stop by my buddy's house, but unfortunately he wasn't in. So I figured I would say hello to you guys, see how it's going. Let me get this together here. I know, saying how the heck am I doing this upside down? Just get used to it. So, but as I stated, I'm out. It's a beautiful day. I figured I would whoa, I'm actually on some loose footing. I don't know why I'm not resting on the kickstand because the kickstand's down. But so like I said, I went to my boy's house, wanted to talk to him. Fortunately, nobody answered the door. So I said, well, came all this way. Might as well keep going and do a little exploring. Get off this loose grass here. And what I'm gonna do today is talk about my bike. Now, I know I kind of did it a little on the other blog, my first blog, but the quality didn't come out too properly, so I'm giving it another shot. I replaced the mic. This time I put it inside the foam of the helmet, so I'm hoping that'll give us a much better sound quality and you're not picking up all that wind. But actually where I am right now, I shouldn't be doing too much fast riding, and that should help as well. So I officially put about 1,000 miles on the bike. When I bought it, it had 6,500. It's actually a demo. And what I decided to do, well, let's start from the beginning, leading up to it. I test drove, like anybody, a lot of bikes. Even that Harley right there, I believe that's a Road King. But I ended up test driving a lot of bikes. Was a little too cramped on a couple of them. The Harley Road King that was just passed, loved it, loved the style, loved the sound, but I got big feet. And no floorboards were just a little too small for my size 13. And I know there are people out there with big feet that get comfortable, but you know, I just didn't feel good about the floorboards. That's not the reason why I didn't buy the bike, but that was another. That was one of them. The main reason why I didn't buy it is because it felt a little too top heavy for me. I was just getting back into biking, and I know I didn't want to do buy something used and then go buy something, get your skill up. I already had the skill. I've taken basically about 2 years of defensive driving classes to get it to a level where I felt like I was good. So that's why I started test driving. Like I said, I test drove the Harley Road King. I test drove the Vulcan 900. I believe it's the Vulcan 1100, which is a lot more power, which was really a good ride. I'm in the wrong lane here, pay attention. Which was a really good ride. I test drove the Kawasaki's. I even actually did a few of the multi-cross motorcycles, not multi-cross, hybrid bikes, I guess you would call it, multi-purpose. I can't even remember, but it's the one like the BMW 1200R series. I test drove that. I test drove Suzuki's version. I test drove the Kawasaki Versys 1000. I test drove a couple of them. So let me just set this. So as I stated, I test drove a couple of them. And I end up coming to, now that was like a big mess up right there. See if I can edit that out, or I'll leave it in. Hey, I'm human. I was actually, what happened was, I was putting it into cruise control at 35 miles an hour, then the speed limit kicked up to 45 miles an hour, so the cruise control was already engaged. So I'm going to engage the cruise control at 45 miles an hour, and then we'll just set this. The cruise control is on, and I'm just going to cruise for the next 20 or so miles at 45 miles an hour and continue my blog. So, as I was stating, was looking at all of them. I kept coming back to Harley because I just loved the style of the bike. I loved how it sounded. It was roomy. Test drove it. Great riding bike. I'm not going to take anything away from Harley. They did their homework with that Road King. No wonder you see so many people riding it. But I just kept going, man, this is top heavy. You know, I just couldn't get past that top heavy. So then, I think I was with my family, and I saw somebody drive by in a cross-country tour, and I was like, man, what's that? And I've never seen one before. So I took a picture of it with my camera phone when we pulled up close to it, and I saw it was, the symbol said victory. So I went home, once we got through with the day, and I Googled it. And I saw they had the cross-country, the cross-road, the hardball, the Vegas, the Vision, the Crossroads Classic, and I was like, man, that Crossroads Classic looks just like the Harley Road King. It had the hard saddle bag, no, I'm so sorry, the leather saddle bags, and you know, the windshield fairing, and the highway lights, and I thought, you know, I like it. So I saw there was one actually in the town that I lived, and I said, gotta go check it out. Walked up in there, and let me tell you, I liked it. Liked it a lot. Liked the look of it, liked the feel of it. I sat down, I was able to stretch out. I didn't feel cramped. I started asking the salesperson, you know, excuse me, some questions. And he was very honest, very nice gentleman. If anyone's ever gone to Zach's Victory in Hyde Park, excellent customer service. Him and his wife are excellent. They are very knowledgeable about the bikes. Great deals, willing to work with you. Unfortunately, I didn't buy my bike from them, but my bike does get serviced there, and everything that I want done for it does get serviced there. So, after asking a ton of questions, he told me that, you know, Victory is actually doing a demo in the summertime, and he gave me the website of his store, and he said, just pay attention. Got to be one of the first ones out here, because what Victory is going to do is they will fill up fast, so you want to get out early. So I did. I got out there very early, and first thing I got on was, I believe it was the 8-ball. Nice bike. Liked it. But it was just not what I was looking for. I liked the boardwalk. Let me tell you, I thought the boardwalk was really nice. That beach style handlebars, the engine, the look of it. And I understand boardwalk, they don't make it no more, like the Crossroads Classic. They don't make it no more. You know, I guess it wasn't a big seller. But still, a beautiful bike. If my wife ever decides to not become a passioner anymore, and she wants her own bike, I believe that's the bike in her future. That is really nice. So, the next thing I test drove was the cross-country tour. beautiful. Again, very spacious. Love the floorboards. As you can see, give you a quick shot of my floorboards. They are big. You saw my big old Herman Munster feet there. But they're big, so I can move my feet back and forth. Good wind protection. And I thought, hey, this is really, really nice. Next bike I test drove was actually this, the Crossroads Classic. Right away, I loved it. It drove like the other bikes, but it had that more of a 70s style, 70s, 80s style to me, but it was still very sharp. This is the burgundy and cream, like a khaki cream. I call it wine and khaki. Awesome bike. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do what we got to do and test drive the Vision. After I got through with all of them, I started to search the web, just for reviews on the bike. Everybody, and I mean everybody, couldn't say nothing bad about the bike. They all said, in the early years, just like any startup company, the bikes gave problems, but then they started to get it right. And when they got it right with this Freedom 106 engine, they got it right. I tell you, this engine has tons of power. I never have a problem passing anyone. Now, I'm not a fast rider, but if I have to get on it to get out of the way of something, or get out of the way of someone, it does it. Plenty of power, whether riding solo or two up. So after reading the reviews, I started, looking for the best price for these things because, hey, let's face it, I'm not a rich guy. I can't walk into the store and just drop crazy amounts of cash on it and say, yep, that's what I want. But what I am good at is looking for a great deal and working the magic once I get there. So, saw on Cycle Trader, this place called Shark Cycle in Pennsylvania, had a Victory Crossroads demo with $6,600 miles on it for an excellent price. So I sent the guy an email, the salesperson an email, asking if the bike was still available. He said, yes, the bike is still available. I told him I'd be out there Monday. It was my birthday weekend. My wife was like, oh boy, he's going to come home with a bike. And I just wanted to do another test drive of it. Went out there, spoke to the salesman. I believe his name was Steve. Great guy. Another excellent place. They treated me with a lot of respect. Worked with me. And test drove it. Loved it. Now, because I was so nervous, I did do classic going up the hill, stall out, but hey, it happens. I'm human. But once I got myself footed and my confidence back up, we did maybe about a good 20-minute ride. He took me through the back roads, then we got up on the main road where you could open it up a little where the speed limit was, I believe, 55. So we did that, and can I tell you, loved it. Told them, I want it, let's do it. That's when I started haggling the prices even more. And they basically tell you, well, if you're really serious about it and you want it for this price, you have to do it right now. So I got it for the price I wanted, even with the extra features on it. The only extra features I threw on it was the backrest at the time. And it was mine. The best thing also was they had free delivery, which was perfect if you asked me, because I wasn't ready to ride it back because I drove out there, and for the fact that I drove out there, and it was kind of far from my house, a little brain freeze there. Reset. Yeah. Cruise control. See if I can do this without messing this up here. There we go. Much better. So, delivery was free. They said it would take about 2 days. It was a Monday. I told them, hey, my day off from work is not until Friday. You deliver that bad boy on Friday. They had no problem with it. Friday, about 3 o'clock, guys showed up, and the rest is history. So, I'll talk a little bit about the bike, the features, how it rides. It looks like we're getting a little rain here, or that just dead bugs in the windshield. The bike is a 1700cc motorcycle, so it's got plenty of power. I believe it's 97 horses. It's got good pickup. Is it a blazing fast motorcycle? No. Is it a fast motorcycle? Yes. You will get up to speed very quickly. You will not complain about that. But I didn't buy it about that, for that. It came with a front windshield fairing and a rear passenger head backrest that I added in at the dealership. Comes with cruise control, which I like. I never thought, I would like a bike with cruise control. Thought it would be something silly, and trust me, it is really, really nice. Also, safety-wise, it has ABS braking, and I know a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. I'm one of those people that like it. I like the idea that just squeezing those front levers and smashing on the rear brake and bringing everything to a stop and in the controlled order as possible is great. And I know what everybody's saying. If you learn that threshold braking, you know what you're doing. True, very true. I'm not going to say you're wrong about that. But in an emergency situation, you lock up. And the average person isn't that trained rider who's been riding for 15, 20, 30 years. You got a lot of people out there who've been riding for 2, 3, 4 years and never been in anything scary, and they lock up them brakes and they grab that front brake and it's down they go. So I like the idea that I could just ride any emergency situation arises, and I pray every day before I ride that never happens. Well, I'm in that situation where I have to lock it up like that. But, we do live on a living, beautiful planet, and you have to be prepared. One of the first things I did when I got the bike is before I even took it out onto the main road, I practiced. I think I practiced my slow maneuvers and emergency braking for about a good 2 weeks before I even took it out for my first ride. Excuse me. So, that's just me, and I think everybody should do that. You get to learn the mechanics of your bike. Now, back to the ABS braking. Just squeeze and you hold on to it. And this came standard with this, and I loved it. The Road King has it, but it is an extra option. I don't know for 2015 if that's now standard on the Road King. I believe on the Street Glide it is, but when I look into the brochures and online, it kind of says with the optional link braking, which is actually a really good thing too. That's when you are in an emergency situation and the bike senses, the braking senses you're really grabbing hard, and you may just be grabbing the front brake and not that rear brake, and it applies even pressure to both brakes. It would have been nice if this had it. It doesn't. I can live with ABS braking. So, one of the things I did buy after, well, actually I didn't buy, it was kind of given to me, but still pretty happy about it, is the lower wind deflectors, which is amazing. What a difference these things make on the bike. I think that is my biggest complaint about the bike when I first bought it, is when you hit, I'm tall, I'm 6'1". Oh no, I'm so sorry, 6'2". Um, when you're tall, and I do have the tall windshield on it, I was getting a lot of wind buffeting at speeds above 50 miles an hour. Didn't understand what that was. It's like, what the heck is this? What's going on? And basically what was happening was the wind was coming underneath, and it was creating some type of pocket or something, and it would just rush and hit my helmet. So I was getting a bobblehead action. Didn't like it at all. So I had to do some research. Got the front fairings. One of the guys at my job, cousin was getting rid of them, and it was kind enough to give them to me. So, thank you on that. So I added that on, and that made a big difference. I mean, a big difference. Can't complain. It made highway driving a joy. It really did. The other thing I added on was the little holder there for my GPS. There's nothing worse than going through the toll. I'm so sorry. Yeah, for my GPS, and a little holder for my Easy Pass. There's nothing worse, and I mean nothing worse, than trying to take your gloves off, get it in your pocket, get your wallet out, just to pay that toll, and it's taking you about 2 minutes to get everything out. So now, I'm in a car, I sit up, roll through, and keep it going. The bike, overall, is very comfortable. I did about an hour on the highway. Like I said, I rode to my buddy's house. Unfortunately, they wasn't here. I wasn't ready to head back home, so I figured I'd keep the adventure alive and keep on going. Just something. And I'm not going to take too long out here. I'll probably turn around by 3 o'clock and head back home. Okay. Now, what else I don't like about the bike? I think that's it. The pipes. Victory on the Crossroads puts their standard pipes on it, makes the bike relatively, quiet, not too much noise, and you can upgrade them, or rather you can upgrade them to the stage 1 exhaust. For the amount of money that anyone pays for these motorcycles, these types of motorcycles, I think they should all come with a sweet sounding exhaust. I don't think that's something you should have to upgrade right away just so you get a nicer sound out of your machine. I start this thing up, and it does. It sounds like a tractor. It's that chicka, or kind of a lawnmower tractor. It's not bad, but I would like a little bit more rumble. So I can see myself maybe at the end of the summer upgrading it, doing it all at one shot. Put the pipes on. Actually, not at the end of the summer. At the end of the riding season, putting the pipes on, and having an oil change, and maybe putting on some heated grips at the same time. And I'll probably need a new rear tire by then, because again, I bought the bike at 6,600 miles. These are Dunlops. They're really good, but it looks like they had the demos on it, so they got on the bike a little. It is what it is. I'm still happy. It's not worn down, but it has some good use out of it, and it's definitely going to need to be upgraded by next year, by the end of this year, or definitely next year. Let's see. I think that's it. That's basically what I could say about the bike personally. I will give you a walk around on the bike when I have a chance, and that's it. Thank you. Enjoy the ride. Hey YouTube, this is part 2 for my ride out, and I figured we were talking about safety, equipment that you wear. I'm a big believer in safety. I don't think that you should skimp on that. I mean, I know a person who told me he uses, gardening gloves to ride, and I just kind of looked at him, But you could go down doing 10 miles an hour and really get some nasty road rash there. So you should protect yourself. That's the look I gave him. I actually told him that as well. But we'll start from the bottom to the top. I have on some riding boots by Icon. I like them. They're very comfortable. A little warm, but that's okay. I think I'll get me some nice riding shoes. It gives you a little bit more, a good amount of protection, but just a little bit more airflow for them. I got these off Amazon, good price. Next, I have on my riding jeans. I do have the full riding gear, the jacket and the pants with the Teflon material, but right now it's a little hot, so I have on riding jeans. I recommend riding jeans over regular jeans. You go down on regular jeans and it's like you're going down on tissue paper. Those things tear and give right away. They're not meant for abrasion. So if you're riding and you don't want to wear those big heavy pants, which I can understand, get some good riding jeans with some armor in it. Kevlar lining in the major areas. I have the jeans with Kevlar and armor. It's in the knees, in the rear, and on the hips. Moving up, I have right now I'm wearing my Victory spring jacket. I just want some good ton of flow air. It's 88 degrees out today, so I'm not trying to ride too uncomfortable. I still have protection on. But usually I have my leather, and I also have an Icon jacket as well. My wife, she has an Icon jacket, a nice leather. I got it, and the same Victory summer jacket. Everything is full armored. I believe in that. You got to protect the limbs. And then I also have a high-vis vest that I wear over my black leather or the summer jacket. Only reason why I wear it over the black leather and the summer jacket is because they don't have as much reflective material as the Icon jacket. That is more brightly colored and has a lot of reflective material. These are more dull colors, and someone who's older may not be able to see, can see the orange. I'm hoping sees the orange before, anything serious happens. Then I have, moving up, I have my gloves. I wear full gauntlet gloves. I have actually 3 pair of gloves. I have these gauntlet gloves here, and then I have a pair of leathers, and then I have a pair of winter gloves. All of them have armor